Hi Aries, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your March 16th to the 31st, 2022 reading for you. Now I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they will be listed in the description box below. Now before we begin this reading, let us clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds, letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. So let's see what the tarot has to say. So when the cards stick to my fingers, that is when Spirit is saying, okay, it's time to stop. So here we have the Devil, which is Capricorn energy, and we have Temperance, which is Sagittarius energy. There is a sense that we're being chained away from our harmony, and this is going to be a time where we're really looking at what chains us, what holds us back, what is holding us back right now, and we're moving towards a place of balance, towards a place of insight, towards a place of power for ourselves. Now we're going to be looking at the energy that we have to be mindful of during this time. So it's the Nine of Wands. We have to be very mindful of everybody else's words coming in. Everybody else, having a say, wanting us to do things a certain way. We can be very swayed by other people during this time, which isn't really usually an Aries thing, but because we are finding our balance and we're a little bit off balance during this time, we just have to be mindful of it, that we can be swayed by other people's opinions, other people's wants, needs, and desires, and that we're going to try and be pleasing everyone and wind up really, first of all, not pleasing ourselves at all, but also kind of like losing the plot, losing the purpose of what we're moving towards, what we want, where we desire being. And then moves us to our chakra energy. Ooh, okay. So we have two. We have the soul star chakra located 6 inches above our crown, and we have the heart chakra. So we have first divine wisdom and forgiveness. So there's divine wisdom in the forgiveness that we're going to be experiencing during this time, a way that we're going to move forward, a harmony, a place that we're going to be embracing for ourselves. And there is this need for forgiveness, not only of others, but also to lighten our own hearts, to forgive ourselves for being young, for, trusting the wrong person, for, not having the confidence, for whatever it is that we feel like we should have. We should have known better. We should have been able to. Now we're going to find that we're stabilizing ourselves. We're securing ourselves in this wisdom, in this beauty, but also in this real sense of what I want, where I'm headed, and where I need to be. It moves us then to go deeper into the tarot. Okay. So we have here the Ten of Wands. The King of Wands, which is us, coming through. We're represented by the Wands in the minor arcana, by the Emperor in the major arcana. We have the Devil coming through again. The Hierophant, Taurus energy. and we have the Fool. I love that we have 3 major arcana cards here. There is such a sense of power and purpose. We have ourselves coming through as a court card, and we have the 10 of Pentacles. So the 10 of Wands. The 10 of Wands is us being overburdened. We really have this connection, and it's from listening to everybody else. It's from everybody else kind of piling onto us. We're going to sit there and think, okay, this is what I have to carry. This is what I have to carry. During this time, enough is really enough. We're really going to be asserting that. No, I'm not going to be taking on any more projects. No, I can't do just one more thing. No, I'm not going to be, breaking my back in order to, XYZ. So this is going to be a time where we're asserting ourselves, but we're also finding that we're carrying a lot of the energy that we want to be able to create, to be able to cultivate, to be able to move things forward in a very powerful way. And this is what's giving us the strength to take that leap of faith, to go after what it is that we want, to see things differently. Now, we also have to understand that every single hero's journey starts with the person being a fool, person being laughed at. So here, during this time, because we are overburdened, we can feel insecure with even people laughing at us, people not understanding. Nobody wants to be mocked or made a fool of. This is going to be a time where we need to break a lot of those chains of what kept us held back, what kept us, small or quiet or meek or, in a place that we didn't really want to be, but it was comfortable enough. And now as we break those chains, we start to see ourselves. We start to say, this is what I want. This is where I need to be. This is what I desire. There's a level of chaos that is coming in because of that. But we need to embrace the chaos, not hide away from it. Not say, oh no, I can't possibly, but to look at that and say, okay, that chaos, that's part of existence. And that is what I can really utilize and work with in order to make what I want. This isn't going to be a time necessarily that we go against institutions, establishments, the kind of order of things. We're actually going to really like the order of things, but we're going to see ourselves asserting our power, asserting what we want, knowing what we desire. We're taking our harmony and we're saying, this is how I want it to come forward. These are the traditions that I need to follow within my life. This is the place that I need to be for me. And as I open up that door, I open up to myself. And it brings us to us as the king. It brings us to a place of transformation, but also to a place of power and assertion and distinction and desire. And we're looking at things now and we're seeing ourselves with confidence. Now, people might think that we're arrogant, or people might think that we're pushy or whatever. They can think what they want. What it really is that we're not being pushed around anymore. We're asserting ourselves, what we want, what we need, and we're starting a new chapter because of this. It moves us then to go even deeper. So we start off with the 5 of Wands. The 5 of Wands is chaos for the sake of chaos. There is somebody in our life right now that is causing arguments. Now, this could be at work, this could be at home, and this could also be that we're so used to having everything be chaotic that that's just our normal default. This is going to be a time where we're looking at it and saying, this is nonsense. This is nonsense. It leads us then to the 9 of Water, the 9 of Cups, the Hermit, which is Virgo energy, the 2 of Cups, the Messenger of Earth, which is the Knight of Pentacles, and the 4 of Earth. So the 4 of Pentacles. It leads us to really looking at a vampiric energy, an energy that has drained us, an energy that has been overwhelming for us. And now we're sitting here and saying, enough is really enough. I'm done with my energy being drained. I'm done with being overwhelmed. I'm done with being scared. We move now to a place, actually it's here, we move now to a place of assertion of our own power. Now it's through financial prosperity. It's through a sense of, this is what I'm doing with my life and with myself. We could be making a really strict, kind of financial schedule for ourselves. We could be looking at things in a very different way. And I don't want this to seem like, okay, you have to have a lot of money to be able to do this. No, not at all. What we're going to be doing here is we're going to start taking quantifiable leaps, or leaps for ourselves, leaps forward in our own success that can be very small, but are going to lead us forward in a very big way. They're going to start something. And we're going to find that once we've planted these seeds, we're going to find that they grow and they grow and they grow. And we're nurturing them now. We're determined to move it forward, to move ourselves forward, to go after what we want and what we desire. There's also going to be somebody around us. Now, this isn't a risk taker. This person is not a risk taker at all, Aries. This person is going to be stable. They're going to be secure. They're going to be very, succinct with things. They're going to have really good advice, but we also need not to, take their advice as gospel, because we're going to need to tweak it a little bit, but we're going to follow some of what they're saying during this time. It leads us to really embracing our wishes, really embracing what we want, what we desire, what we long for. And as our wishes come forward, we're turning inward and we're looking at, okay, what feels right for me? What is important for me? What are the keys that open up the doors? What is the way forward? What is, where I need to be? And as we see this, as we turn inward, as we see this, but also we're guided by a person during this time who's a very quiet person. Now, it can be that we start doing meditation. It can be that we start following somebody who does meditations. It can be that we just spend quiet moments, outside, or we want to be in our garden, or, whatever. This is something that's quiet. This is something that was somebody else's, meaning that, our grandparents could have gardened, or our parents could have gardened, or, that there's just something here where we saw this and it made us feel safe. It made us feel secure. And now we're incorporating it into our lives. I don't know why I keep on seeing gardens here, but that is a very specific message for somebody, planting and growing and, connecting. Then we have the Two of Cups. The Two of Cups is healing. The Two of Cups is love. The Two of Cups is union. And we're going to have this love guiding us forward. And as this love guides us forward, as we're coming together, we're finding that harmony. We're finding that balance. We're finding what it is that we really want. But we're also really connecting with our hearts and what's important. And as we embrace this, it then leads us to go deeper. And we have the Star card, which is Aquarius energy. We have the Nine of Swords, and we have the Knight of Cups. So what we have to be mindful of here is we have to be mindful of getting too much in our own heads. We're going to have a tendency towards this. Overthinking, overanalyzing, something that robs our sleep at night. It can even be just scrolling on our phone, because we're just stressed, we're overwhelmed, and that's a quiet time. Excuse me. This is going to be a time for us where we really need to be mindful of being too mindful of things, too aware, too overwhelmed. And that's going to be where we need to step back, because this can rob all our strength, all our connection, everything that is prosperous for us. We need to embrace our heart. We're also going to be inspired by somebody who really goes after what they love. This is a person who leads with their heart and who knows that, yes, it makes me vulnerable, but it also makes me super strong. It also brings me, insight and beauty, and that vulnerability opens up doors that are really quite powerful for me. And this is going to be kind of the mantra that we have during this time. It's like, why not? Why not open this door? Why not go after this? Why not embrace what I love? Because we've wished for it. And we're kind of tired of wishing and letting it always be a someday thing, a one day thing. Now it's like, this is what I want. This is what I'm going after. This is what I wish for. And I'm letting my heart connect me with this. I'm worth it. I'm powerful. And I am letting myself shine. Period. End of discussion. It's like full stop. Right? This is what I want, and this is what I'm going after. Our subconscious energy to be mindful of is the world. We need to be mindful of opening up the world to us, or the world opening up to us too fast. It's kind of like we're going to be afraid, so we're just going to charge forward and want to take it all. So just be very aware of this, that it'll either be feast or famine, type of thing, and we need that balance. We need that, middle ground here. It then moves us to our subconscious chakra energy, which is the sacral chakra, relationships, connection, love, really embracing what we want and moving forward with that connection. It doesn't have to be a romantic relationship. It can be our personal relationships. It can be our work relationships. We want to be able to trust the people that we're with. And this is going to be a time where it's like, listen, if I can't have meaningful relationships, then I'd rather not have them, type of deal. Then, I'd rather be left alone. It moves us then to our subconscious tarot message, which is the sun. The sun shines within us. This is the happiest card in the whole entire deck. Right now, we are embracing our sun, our passion, our desire, what we really want in life. And this is going to be the game changer for us, letting ourselves shine. And that's also with the star. The star is, the sun is our closest star, right? And so letting ourselves shine is going to be so important, and really looking at what we wish for. It moves us then to the Hangman. We see things so differently than we've seen it before that it can be unnerving for us. It can be like, oh, am I supposed to do this? Like, is this right? Is this wrong? I don't know. So here we're looking at it and we're seeing ourselves being able to see things very differently. And we can think, okay, this is going to be wrong. Like, this isn't what I want. But Spirit is also saying to us, we're seeing it differently because, we're starting a new chapter, because we need this new innovation to guide us, to lead us. It brings us then to the 10 of Cups. And the 10 of Cups is love and connection. It is happiness. It is joy. It is like, this is what I want. And this is going to be a time where we're really being honest with ourselves subconsciously. And we need to listen to ourselves subconsciously about what brings me beauty, what brings joy into my life, what brings this happiness. And if we are moving more towards this, it's going to be very powerful for us. It's going to be very intense for us. It's like the heart is opening in a very real way, Aries. And it brings us to then finally the Hermit. Again, we have the Hermit coming through. So very strong Virgo energy, but also the sense of turning inward, looking at what we want, looking at what we desire, looking at what's, appropriate for us, what isn't appropriate for us. It's like, where's my sanctuary? Where's my peace? What makes me feel connected to my world? And what brings me this connection, this power, this, insight, this dream? And that's going to be just a beautiful thing for us to turn inward, to let our dreams really start to guide us, and to have that connection with our dreams. It's going to open up to us in a way that we just hadn't anticipated, hadn't expected. And now the dreams are opening and we're starting to see ourselves more really, more truly, more like, oh wow, I'm present within my life, instead of feeling like a background character. All right, Aries. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power and the intensity of this time and of ourselves, and we let ourselves shine. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Aries.